Not many people out here that make comments have Bibles or haven't even looked at a Bible, especially the King James, which offends so many because it's so straight and it has a lot of verses that other Bibles leave off, and they simplify their versions for simplified minds that are unable to receive the engrafted word. They're unable to take the meat of the word and chew on it because their spiritual senses have not been exercised. And all they can take is like the milk of the word, which after a while you can't live on the milk of the word. You need meat to grow. And so they don't grow. And if they should have been teachers by now, but instead they're complainers and murmurers, and they don't know their left hand from their right. Jeremiah 4, verse 12. Return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And then verse 21 of the same chapter, of chapter 3 of Jeremiah. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel. For they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord their God. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord our God. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covers us, for we have sinned against the Lord our God, we and our fathers from our youth even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God. The voice of the Lord is the Bible. And thou shalt swear, the Lord liveth in truth, in judgment, and in righteousness. And the nations shall bless themselves. This is chapter 4. They shall bless themselves in him, and in him shall they glory. For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground, and sow not among thorns. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord, and take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doings. There's so many warnings in the Bible about sinners sinning against the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust you not in a brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders, and they will deceive every one his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he layeth his wait. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Like America, like the United States. The evil doings that go on in the White House, in the government, the seat of government, the perverseness, the grossness, the abusers of mankind. God will rain fire from heaven and destroy America. Because these are like in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. The same day that Lot left Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Watch out when the righteous men leave, because they will not be destroyed with the wicked. The wicked will be destroyed separately, as the chaff which the wind driveth away. I'm not able to answer all your comments. I'm sorry. I get lots of comments. Most of them are negative and kind of cryptic. But one caught my eye a little bit. It was I was called a goofball, and I thought that's kind of an interesting name. I take no offense. It's those who do not have understanding. Many of them are fornicators. Fornicators have no understanding, no knowledge. Their consciences are seared as with a hot iron. And even if they are chastened, they refuse to turn around. And then there are those who proclaim a gospel that denies the power of Christ, that the fruit and gifts of the Spirit do not work and are not manifest in their assemblies. Only flesh and sensuality and lies. And the people love to have it so because they are not convicted of sin, because the Holy Spirit is not in operation in their assemblies. If the Holy Spirit was in operation, they would say it was the devil, because they would immediately feel guilty and dirty. And they would say, the devil is accusing us of sin, or being sinners, where he's the accuser of the brethren. But no, it's the Holy Spirit that convicts of sin. And many have not even received the Holy Spirit since they believed. The devils believe. They certainly haven't received the Holy Spirit. Billy Graham said it, a wide path of darkness, when he preached this hour of decision, where you make a decision to accept Christ, where you decide you're going to follow Christ by just making your own decision, rather than being drawn by the Holy Spirit, by the will of the Father, through the blood. And the result is fake Christians. And they get into politics and they do these high moral things that they see as moral and good things that they should do. And yet within they are full of dead men's bones. They are whited sepulchers that appear, they are like whited sepulchers, Jesus says, appear indeed beautiful, but inwardly they are full of corruption and rotting flesh. So this is the evangelicals of the world, the Baptists and the Assemblies of God, and their bishops and their pastors, who feed themselves and not the flock. They build up their bank accounts, and poor are neglected, and the widows are neglected in their affliction. But the Lord delivers them out of them all, if they will trust in the Lord. And so we have a small remnant, a very small remnant, which by the mercy of God He has left us, a small remnant. If it was not for the mercy of God, we would all be like Sodom and Gomorrah. But God in His mercy has preserved us in His blood from the evil that has come upon this earth and the great temptation which has ensnared so many. Many have departed from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and demons, doctrines of devils, having their consciences seared as with a hot iron, speaking lies in hypocrisy. This is the atmosphere of the churches. This is the cages that if you walk in, you will not come out alive. You will come out as a reprobate. And then you can go to Bible school and learn how to teach others how to become reprobates in the faith. That's where we're at right now. It's thick darkness, very thick.